In today's adventure, we are in Novi, Michigan, and I'm in need of a vacation. So I figured, why not go to Paradise? This is Paradise Park. Let's go check it out. Paradise Park has been a staple of the Novi, Michigan community for over 2 decades, and it's easy to see why. Packed with more than 10 attractions, there's something here for every age. Go-karts, laser tag, an 18-hole mini golf course, a climbing wall, Euro bungee, trampoline center, miniature bowling, a fun slide, and one of the best arcades in the area, all under one roof or just outside the door. But what sets Paradise Park apart isn't just the rides. The park also runs a full-service events and banquet operation, hosting everything from birthday parties and corporate team outings to bar and bat mitzvahs, graduation parties, weddings, and even overnight lock-ins. And they do it a lot. Over 1,600 events in a single year. Admission and parking are free, and with a restaurant, full bar, and daily happy hour, this place has figured out how to keep guests of all ages coming back. Today, I'm sitting down with COO Jeff Wainwrite to discuss his journey of being an international executive for a large tech company to creating his own slice of paradise here in Michigan after a little nudge from his kids. How did the business start? How did you get into this?
It was kind of our kids' idea. They had this vision of a small go-kart place, and our vision was to build something very, very simple, and somehow it went from a few acres to 10 acres, and from that part it took off. And we started off with modest feature content. We had the traditional things, miniature golf, go-kart tracks. We had 2 tracks, things like that, indoor laser tag, game room, bowling, those type of things. But over the years we added feature content, then we added we completely changed how we approached events, and we intentionally changed how we priced events so that we could focus more on larger group events and less so on birthday parties. Birthday parties are important. It's a marketing arm that allows us to reach into the local community. Yeah. We want to do that. We want the kids to have fun here and to recognize the location and for this to be part of them growing up. But we also want the parents that are here that are traditionally professionals to be able to see the level of service we can provide for larger group events, corporate events, bar mitzvahs, first communion parties, a lot of wedding receptions, things like that.
Yep. So once people are here, whether it's for an event or otherwise, what can they do? What do you have to offer them?
Well, feature content matters, but feature content has to have a balance. Our physical size at 10 acres, we don't have enough space to have an enormous number of ride content. So we've got to be very selective in the ride content that we bring in. We have miniature golf. We have a 35-foot balloon drop tower. We've got 2 go-kart tracks. Right now, we don't utilize the kiddie go-kart track because it's a fairly painful process to manage. We've got a 110-foot Fredericton slide, and we put that in a year ago. We've got a 60-foot 4-sided Euro bungee dome. We've got 4-sided 26-foot climbing wall, and we've got a European-style trampoline center. And that's on the outdoors. And then inside, we've got laser tag, we've got a really cool arcade room, and then we've got bowling. This space here is for adult, small events, adult training, that type of thing. And then the restaurant seating, we can seat about 120 people there.
Oh, wow.
So
at the restaurant, it's a great transition. What kind of food and beverages can I expect at the restaurant?
Yeah, so it's a really good question. And that becomes an important dimension for other FEC owners, that when they look at that transition to go towards high-end events, your culinary requirements change markedly, and you have to be ready to do that. And we watched some other people we knew do it very successfully, and we adapted to what they had done. So we have basically 2 complete menu structures. For the general restaurant in the main building, for birthday parties, casual dining, appetizers, pizza, hot baked subs, those type of things we do in the general restaurant area. For the banquet food, it has to be high-end food, from Chateaubriand to chicken Florentine to, those type of dishes. And they expect that. And the level of service, the level of setup has to be extraordinary. And we'll show you what some of that looks like, and you get a flavor for that. But that does 2 things. One, it allows us to capture a bit of an audience that we would otherwise miss, that would end up going to someplace else. We have the advantage that we can offer that banquet culinary experience, but we can also wrap into it an element of fun quotient that they can't get in a convention center. To do that, they have to import all the fun. Well, it's here. Yeah. And so it makes the selling of those events a little bit easier for us, and it allows us to take a little bit extra market share, which is the whole mission.
So how many events have you had this year or this past year?
Well, I think last year we had a total of 1,600 events. And out of those, though, it's it's a little bit misleading. Probably 1,100 of those were birthday parties, and that's, you know, from 10 to 30 people. The other become larger events that are from 50 to 1,800 people, and that's what we work towards. We want that type of event. It takes almost the same manpower to support a group event of, say, 200 people as it does a birthday party of 30 people.
Wow.
And the magnitude of revenue is, you know, 100 times different.
Yeah.
So by design, we've kind of worked hard to morph the business over the years in that direction.
When did the park actually open? What year?
So we started construction at the end of 2003 through 2004, and we were unlucky enough to have it open finally at the end of August in 2005. So we missed that entire summer of revenue for the first year. And that's probably, you know, conducive to new owners learning a business the first time and, you know, not having all their ducks in a row.
Yeah.
And so that was some time ago. And so we're celebrating some anniversaries now.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. Coming up on 20 years.
A little
Sounds
over.
like
Yeah,
a little
it
over.
is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I like hearing kind of the origin story. Before you did this, what led you in life to get to this? What did you do in maybe a past life or what?
That's where the enigma of disconnection comes in. I was a senior corporate executive. I was executive vice president for a very large Japanese electronics corporation, responsible for North and South American operations. I spent a lot of time in Japan. I spent a lot of time in Europe and a lot of time traveling all the time. This was definitely a move apart from that.
Yeah.
You know, but doing a thing like this, having an engineering background, having a sales background, a marketing background, you believe that you have the tool sets to do something like this. And then as you get into it, you realize that you really don't. You know, and so and we all go through that phase.
Yeah.
You know, and so for us, it's been important to stay involved in the IAPA organization, what used to be the ILA organization, which is a cohesive part of our industry that's involved all the other businesses like us that are much larger than us and much smaller than us. And it gives a great level of collaboration that otherwise we could never have. And I think it allows this industry to be successful where maybe other like industries might suffer. My wife was a banker, and so, you know, that kind of matters. Somebody has to hold the purse strings and keep them tight, you know, and keep the you know, the crazy business guy in check. And she's really good at that.
Now it's time to actually walk the park. But before we do that, let me tell you about a partner of ours that makes these videos possible. What is Semnox?
Semnox is a management system for location-based entertainment venues.
Okay.
We manage point of sale, food and beverage, the whole guest journey. So from the time the guest walks in, they're going to interface with the Semnox system because they're going to go to a kiosk and they're going to buy a wristband or they're going to buy a card. Throughout their journey, they're going to take that wristband or card and interact with the location to enter into the attraction, like laser tag. They can actually register their card so the operator can capture some CRM data. And at the end of the day, the operator can go to his cloud management studio and take a look at what he did for the day.
In one sentence, who is the perfect person to work with Semnox that isn't already working with them?
If you are in the family entertainment space today, you need to work with Semnox. Period.
I like it. You heard it from the man. Okay, now back to the video. Starting right here in the arcade, Jeff showed me a new selfie photo booth mirror with some pretty cool tech for you to customize your photos and send them right to your phone so you can share them with ease. I also got to play a few games, and I can attest that they've done a great job of mixing in some new games with some classics to make sure that there's something for everybody. They also had laser tag and mini bowling to add to the fun. From there, we stopped by the restaurant to see what was available to eat. From stromboli bites to pizza to ice cream and cookies, you've got plenty of options to keep a full stomach while you're here. Heading outside, we check out the rest of what Paradise Park has to offer. They've got trampolines, go-karts, a balloon drop tower, 18 holes of Paradise-themed mini golf, and a huge slide you'd typically see at your local county or state fair, among other attractions scattered throughout. Novi, Michigan might not typically be known for palm trees and beaches, but an afternoon at Paradise Park will leave a smile on your face all the same. All right, here we go. So that was Paradise Park. We got to get on to our next adventure, but thanks for watching and we'll see you at the next spot. Ugh.